What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the morning after. We're yet here another morning. I got me an Irish coffee. That despicable performance. You got you an Irish coffee too?
Yeah, I got me a little
Irish
latte.
coffee, boy. You know, but
You know, hey, real quick. We're looking for a drink sponsor for the show. Morning after specifically, we're looking for a coffee sponsor or something like that. That'd be super awesome. And, we like the electrolytes, we like the hydration. So you guys, want to tap in with us, you can email us opinionatedsportstalk@gmail.com. We can get that going. But this is another episode of the morning after, brought to you by Opinionated Sports. Me and Carlos here on a lovely Sunday, October 19th, right after week 8. And wow, what a doozy. I feel like we got a loaded episode today. Really do. Like, there's a lot of things that happen, upsets. There'll probably be some coaches that get fired this week. So,
we told y'all going into the season, this season was just going to be chaotic. There's just one team that looks like the clear front runner, best team in America, and after them, there's anybody could be number 2. That's how this season is. Now we compared it to the 2007 season.
Yeah.
But the difference in this season is it's everybody losing versus that one was like all the number ones were losing.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that number one's pretty stable.
Yeah, they look so dominant right now. Like, they weren't on our list, right? This past week, but just what they did this week. They had another shutout. Their offense looks super good. They're not even. I don't even know how to explain it. I think I put out a tweet actually on our Twitter, and Julian saying is number 1 in the country in passing percentage. He's like 80% right now on the year. He's sneakily having like a Heisman type season, but I feel like people aren't talking about him because even when I was talking to my dad this weekend, and he's like, I don't think Ohio State's that good. And I was like, have you really been watching them play? I was like, I know,
nice.
I was like, I know it's boring, and I'm like, they are really good. I was like, they're easily the best team in the country. But do you want to start off with your game, or do you want to start talking about Miami and Louisville and then kind of go into the weekend?
Our games. I guess we'll start off with my game, then go into the weekend, which will lead into your game. There's not much to talk about on your game, but it's like we've seen this game 100 times already, specifically with Kentucky in Lexington. It's not that it's not easy to play there. It's just the style of football that they play is what makes it tough. We had, let me check real quick. They had 40 minutes of time of possession. 40.
Yeah.
40 minutes of time of possession. What they do is they just go and they just don't snap the ball until like there's 2 seconds left on the play clock, and they just milk the clock.
Bar fight.
Shout out to our defense. They did their thing. They balled out, man. Anthony Hill had a monster game. Shout out him. Like he came in and balled out, man. He had like 8 tackles. He had a pick.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he had like 4 assist tackles too, something like that. But
yeah, he could add a fumble recovery too.
I'm getting there. Don't you worry. But just offensively, man, it was abysmal. It was just despicable. It was inexcusable. It was every bit of degrading word you want to use. It was bad, man. It was really bad. We couldn't get anything going. And it wasn't even penalties this time, which was a crazy part. I think we had like a few, but not anything like what we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
Arch played phenomenal last week. Then he goes to this week, and it looks like a completely different quarterback. Our offensive line played phenomenal last week. Go to this week, they look like a completely different offensive line. And I don't know why last week couldn't translate over to this week, but there's some kind of blockage with our team. I don't know what it is. I guess like it might be a mental block. I don't know. But there's some kind of blockage with our team. And it's so frustrating because we have the ability to be so good, but yet we're so bad. And it's like yet again we're wasting another national championship defense. Like how many years can we keep doing this? Then how many years can we even keep PK at this point?
Well, the problem too is the issue is like you're gonna have a year in defense. Obviously, all recruiting well and stuff, but
we're just down.
You're gonna have a year where it's to step down. Yeah, and the offense. I mean, we're kind of seeing that right now with Georgia. Like their defense is nowhere near where it's been in the past, but the offense is actually pretty good. So they're still a good team.
Yeah.
Going into y'all's game, want to shout out to Ryan Niblett. I think a lot of people in the Texas fan base. I'm not too sure how you were feeling about him, but I think a lot of people.
I mean, for me, that's like I think I said it before. Like that's such a small game. I mean, part of the game. Like yes, it does help, but at the same time, in hindsight, you look at it, it's like all right, like yeah, it helped, but like yeah, it would have helped, but games 1 through 4, we weren't even moving the ball. So like if he gets good field position, we don't even know if we're going to score points. And luckily, 100%. The only reason we scored points this time is because he got the ball to the 5-yard line, the 3-yard line, whatever it was. Like, even if he got the ball to the 20, I don't even know if we got a touchdown. So it's like, I didn't care too much about him and calling fair catches and whatnot, just because our offense was just so bad that it truly, honestly, wouldn't have even have mattered. I mean, look, Anthony Hill got the pick, and we got on our side of the field, and what did we do?
I kicked the field goal, or y'all didn't get any points?
We didn't get any points.
Wow. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, obviously you need all 3 phases to play well. I mean, special teams played well. Y'all's kicker came clutch. Y'all obviously had a great return. I mean, y'all had 2 good returns in that game. One was to like the 5, and then another one got you like to the 40 in a crucial time possession or time in the game. But like the offense, shout out to CJ Vogel. I think he put out not CJ Vogel. There was a tweet. There was something I sent you about some, like, you guys haven't won a game with less than 200 yards since like 1990 or something like that. And this like, I think a lot of people have been upset in the Texas fan base. Not too sure how you feel about this particular, but 1994. Okay, so not too sure how you feel about this in particular, but a lot of people, have been upset with Sarkisian and his play calling and just like certain things that has just not been executed well. Because obviously the offensive line's been a struggle that falls on the head coach, and especially Sark being offensive coach. And then even the QB game, like the play calling, there was things open. Like I'm not going to say like there wasn't guys open, but for what I didn't like, and I think this was kind of just the telltale sign of the game. Early in the game, first quarter, first possession, you guys moving the ball, 3rd and 3, 3rd and manageable. Y'all could really run 2 plays there if y'all decided to go for it, if you ran the ball or whatever, right? Y'all run a trick play, like a trick play pass to injuries, and it's like it's 3rd and 3. Like, get the first down, maybe then run it the next play. I don't mind running the play.
I texted you during that, and you're like, "Why don't you like that?" But it's like, bro, we shouldn't have. This is a game that we shouldn't have to run trick plays. Like we shouldn't have to depend on that to move the ball. 3rd and 3, that should be an easy quick slant or an easy run up the middle for our team. Yeah. Like that's what that. Yeah. You go to Ohio State, that's what's happening. You're going to Alabama, that's what's happening. You're going to Georgia, that's what. Like you go to these other teams, like that's what they're going to do. They're not going to run a trick play. Now, obviously, if you need to shake things up and move the ball downfield, 1st and 15, 1st and 12, 2nd and 11, 2nd and 10. Like if you got to make something shake, then you do that against an intense game like that. But like in a game like this, like what are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought, that was just kind of like the telltale sign, but outside of, I mean, what I was just watching, I was just like, man, I texted you during the game, offensive line, the guard blown up in one play. It was one play. It was so bad. I was like, it like was shocking. Like the dude got blown off like 5 yards off the football. into the backfield. Arch just had to dirt the football. And we know Kentucky usually has a good defensive line, but man.
Yeah. Our offensive line did not play great. I think our highest.
You want the grades?
Well, I was gonna say I think I have them. I think our highest is was 87. I mean, whatever PFF is worth, however you take that. But then our lowest was 14.1, which was Nick Brooks, the freshman that everybody was high on last week.
Is Connor Robinson a center? What is he?
He's because what's his name's out, Colton's out.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so it looks like it's still, and Guzzi plays right or left side. Is he a tackle? He's left tackle.
Yes.
Yeah, so that the left side of that, the center and the left side of the offensive line, which we've seen, has been a major issue, and teams are starting to know that. And
well, I think it's just our whole line is a major issue because it's like there'll be times where the left side gets it together and the right side collapses. The right side gets together, the left side collapses. So it's not like we can't ever just have like a full. Besides the exception of the second halves of the last two games, we can't ever just have like a full, complete game without any of them messing up.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. It would be a Texas thing for us to just continue to win and play like this,
and
then make the playoffs and just get slaughtered in the playoffs. Like that would be like, a Texas thing to do. I don't know, man. Like I there's just a lot of things. The only gripe defensively I have is recovering fumbles. Like for some reason we just can't recover a fumble to save our life. 2 muff punts, we don't get one of them. They fumble the ball twice, we don't get one of them. Like Florida, it came right to us, we don't get it. He got like I don't understand why we just can't field a fumble. Like I don't know, man. That's like the only gripe on defense that I have, and it's frustrating because it kind of feels like with our offense, we need every possession we can get. Just because we don't know how many points we're going to come up with.
And y'all also don't even the thing in the past too, where since Sark has gotten to Texas, he's always kind of had some offensive deficiencies. A lot of times he doesn't use his timeouts ever. That's always been something people talked about. He struggled in the red zone, but something that we were kind of accustomed to when Quinn was the quarterback, and when you guys had the skill position players that you guys did have, you guys might not have moved the ball super consistently, but y'all would score on explosives a lot of the time. And right now, that y'all can't even move the ball consistently, and you're not scoring on like explosive plays to like kind of mask that. And I think now, since that's the case, now you're really seeing like some of the struggles and whatnot.
And we had a conversation this morning. Like, I guess I give Sarka the benefit of the doubt just because of his history. Like he's proven that he can call a hell of a game, both in NFL and college. But I just don't think that we have the right pieces for him to be able to call plays like that. Like when it's just specifically with Alabama, like look who was on the team offensively. Like he was able to do kind of whatever he wanted just because of the pieces that they had, and we never just had that. Running back, offensive line, quarterback, receivers, like we never had that dominant team like that. So I feel like he obviously has the ability to call great games, but we're just so limited. Like I guess with Quinn, he was always hurt. So you see him go to the NFL and get healthy, and he's zipping the ball, which is something he could never do in college. Was that because he was hurt, or is that because of whatever they're practicing? Obviously, we don't know. But then you have this with Arch Manning. We have an incompetent offensive line, and we have a guy who's playing football for the first time in 3 years, and it looks like he's seeing ghosts out there, which is fine. I understand that, and I understand there's going to be growing pains, and I'm completely fine with that. But it's everything else in between that I'm not fine with the offensive line, the penalties, not scoring the ball, not moving the ball, not scoring big on, with the exception of Sam Houston, scoring big on these group of 5 teams that we should be blowing out the water. it's stuff like that where I'm like, what are we doing? But I do want to give Sark the benefit of the doubt. I really do, and I typically don't give coaches excuses or let them off the leash easy. But it just feels like whatever he calls works. Our teams just haven't been able to execute it to its full potential.
Yeah, I mean, guys are running open. It looks like we're the thing that really is kind of confusing to me is the receiver play. I just think I don't know like what's going on. Like even I mean, is Parker hurt? I don't know. Like we'll see. He didn't really play much this game. I don't even think he had a reception. But DeAndre Moore, right, veteran guy. He's not. It's not like he hasn't been playing the last couple of seasons. Been basically a starter for 3 seasons for Texas. Catches a pass. One, I think he could have got the first down, but it's like, hey, know the situation. Know like if they're running low on timeouts or trying to stop the clock, don't give them a free timeout by running out of bounds and stopping the clock for them. And then you guys try to go for it on 3rd and 1, QB run, don't get it with Arch, and then kick a field goal. But then Kentucky has 51 seconds left to move the ball down the field, which is plenty of time. Especially because it's hard to play defense in that situation because you're not going to be able to really rush the passer because they don't really have to score a touchdown. And then at the same time, they can't play too loose because they can't give up a ton of yards. It's super hard for a defense in that situation to usually get stops. That's why you see a lot of offenses move the ball in 2-minute drill. It just is what it is. But not only that, Wingo, it still feels like to me he hasn't really. I don't know if it's a connection with Arch or him, but it just feels like he hasn't
seems like
really
they're getting more
emerged.
Comfortable though.
Yeah,
like at least to me, like I feel like they're getting to a spot where they're more on the same page with each other. So I do love that, and I love that they're getting. I don't know if that's just extra reps after practice or whatever that is, but I do feel like they're getting on the same page.
You also know what's frustrating too is this man Arch running 12 personnel. He runs it so much, the 2 tight ends, which is fine.
Sark?
Yes. My problem is if you're going to run this, one, I don't really think, injury is supposed to be all world, right? He was in the portal, but I really don't think you have the personnel to be doing that all the time. And I think your receivers are really talented. However, you guys run the ball efficiently in that personnel, but it's like in a game like this, you guys, as soon as you get one negative run play, get stopped once, you guys just abandon the run game. And then it's like, okay, now you become one-dimensional. You already know the offensive line is a weakness. You already know Arch has his struggles. And then that's when teams like Kentucky can start teeing off. And the problem is, I know you didn't have a lot of, possessions in this game, but you can't like go away from your philosophy and be like, okay, we're just going to throw the ball, especially in a game like this when Kentucky literally is milking the clock because you're already going to be limited time and possession wise. You got to try to counteract and balance that out some way by running the football. And, that's what happened in the game when your defense started to break down because they were just on the field so much. And as good as they are, and obviously, they made a crazy goal line stand, a great play in overtime to help you guys out. But they played their ass off. They had multiple sacks. I know they gave up some yards, but they got turnovers, forced some turnover opportunities. Got 4th down stops, got a stop in overtime. So, yeah, you guys scraped it out with a win. Like, you got everything still ahead of you. You're 5-2. You're 2-1 in conference. Like it could be worse.
It gets any better.
It could be worse. It's about to. The scary part as a Texas fan, and I know you know this. I'll let you get to this, but this was the easiest game left on the schedule probably, because even though Arkansas is 2-4, whatever their record is, their offense. Home, though,
so that's good.
Yeah, true, but their offense will cause some challenges just because they are dynamic. They can move the ball. They're going to cause some challenges.
Yeah, but that's what we thought last year.
Yeah, true, but they're a lot better this year offensively, I think.
I don't know.
Taylor Green is really good. Like he is a lot better than he was last year.
Yeah,
he hasn't turned the ball over really. The only reason they be losing is because they can't stop nobody. But the problem is y'all haven't shown even
that we
against
can score.
Yeah, so that's the issue. But yeah, how'd you feel about or I know in going into overtime, man, to be honest, y'all got bailed out. You did.
Absolutely.
Like
our defense bailed us the hell out.
And I think you got to kick it there. Like you got to kick it there.
It didn't feel like a win, and we didn't deserve to win. So like immediately, I was like, "Don't go for this. Just take the points. What are you doing? Just take the points." Yeah. And I was talking about Kentucky. Like, yeah. Then I saw them like on the film. Like, don't go for it. Take the points, because that's how much confidence I have in our defense. Is like, you're not gonna score on us. Like, you're just not. Like, that's how confident I am on our defense.
The play they were running, like,
especially running up the middle. What?
Yeah, that's the strength of the team. Like, do something else. Throw a pass. Like, something. Like, get it. I don't know. Just don't try. Because
our defense will give up like a big chunk play, but as soon as you get like to the 50, the 45, that's when they really tighten up and lock in. It's like, all right, well, now we're not scoring. We thought we were, but we're not. Yeah. So that's how much confidence I have in our defense. So I'm just like, dude, take the points. Like, what are you doing? I understand it's on the one, but like, just take the points.
And like, to me, that was so stupid, because it's like, even if you score there, like, Texas is still gonna have a chance to match. So it's like, just take the points to where your defense is. That's another thing. I'm like, look how well the defense has been playing all game. Like, just trusted they're gonna force Texas to kick a field goal, which they did. Like, Sark did look like he was trying to score a touchdown, and they got the holding call. They put y'all guys behind, and then kind of it was all she wrote. But I don't know, that was as well as, and this is the thing with Mark Stoops. He does this every game. Every game he's gonna make it super, drag it into a bar fight, make it super close, and then they don't win. And he always loses these games close. Like, when is it gonna become like you need to win these type of games? I know he's like probably the best Kentucky. He's the best Kentucky coach of all time. Like, he has the most successful tenure.
He's on a 9-game losing streak now?
9-game losing streak in conference, yes. Yeah. And I think, like, last night, him not kicking that, I was like, oh, that's fireable right there. Like, it is.
I mean, I understand it. Like, you're forcing them to score a touchdown if you score one. So like, I get it.
That's something you just. I just feel like that's something you do. And
you're playing the Texas Longhorns. Yeah. So I mean, I get it, but like, I'm just saying, dude, just take the points.
But yeah, man. I mean,
all
in all, y'all still all y'all's goals are in front of you. It could be worse. You could be like some of these other teams we're about to talk about. It could be worse.
I mean, as crazy as it seems, we're 5th in the SEC.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just say we do win next week, I may or may not be predicting y'all to win next week. So if that happens,
we match up well with them boys. I'm ready for that one. Can't wait.
If that happens, like, we move up, like, everything's just right there still. A&M has a tough one. They go to Baton Rouge. Yes, LSU doesn't look like the way they look.
LSU a wounded animal, though, too.
It's still a tough LSU team to play against. That defense is still hard to score points on.
And their backs are against the wall. Like, they're gonna have to have that one. So yeah.
So like, they could still make playoffs. They only have 2 losses, and the teams that they lost to are good: Georgia and Ole Miss. I mean, not Georgia, Vanderbilt and Ole Miss.
Yeah,
those are the polls come out here soon. Yeah, but those are 2 top 10, top 15 teams.
Yeah,
that
no doubt
you lost to. Like, those are still on the road, both games.
And you lost by 1 possession.
Yes, in both games. Like, you kept it close. So like, they still have a chance.
100%. Real quick before we go into the weekend, I'm gonna talk about my game, the Sooners. We go to Columbia, win 26-7. Very dominant. Very dominant win after the disappointing loss in the Red River. It was good to see the team bounce back the way they did.
Before you get into that, what you're gonna say, my piece on y'all's game is the score did not show how much y'all whooped their ass.
Yeah,
I would just say that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Outside of really that first possession for South Carolina, that was the only time they really moved the ball. 4th and 1, they call a good play call, a little fullback draw, don't fit that up well, and they get like a 30-something yard run play. Then after that, we tighten it up. They could try to go for it, 4 downs there. We get a stop, and that was kind of their only success on offense. I mean, I think I'm about to pull up the stats of our game. I think we finished the game with like 6 sacks or so. Let's see here, total sacks. Yeah, I finished the game with 6 sacks. We had 13 TFLs. Listen, Oklahoma fans, y'all gotta please shut up. Please. I'm getting tired of you guys complaining about very, very good defense. We right now probably by a pretty wide margin have the most depth on the D line and probably one of the best, if not the best, defensive line in the country. So listen, we probably could have had 10 or 11 sacks. Same thing as last week. Arch was slippery. It was hard to get him down. He broke contain. He also played well. Lenore Sellers this week, that dude is super hard to get tackle, super hard to bring down. I mean, he is a freak of nature. He's a freak athlete. I mean, he even threw R. Mason Thomas with one arm on one play. So it's not like he's a scrub, but we kept him in check. He at one point he was like 11 for 11. I was like, what the hell, for 77 yards? But finished 17 for 25, 124 touchdown. And then we held him to 54 yards rushing, 1.6 average. So with that, longer than 36. So that'll work. On offense, John looked good, for the most part. I think they really shut him down to where they didn't really ask him to do a lot, because I felt like they realized once we got up 14-0 or got up multiple scores, you didn't really have to ask for him to do too much on this game and just kind of get out of there with a win. And I'm sure he's still not 100%. So I'm sure they still want to kind of limit the wear and tear on his body and things like that. But, we went 18 for 26, 150 yards, 1 touchdown, 87.5 QBR. And then rushing the ball. This was really what stood out for me, was our run game. We finally made adjustments in the run game. I loved Arbuckle, even in 12 personnel. He got Caden Helms involved. Kanik had 34 snaps and then Helms had 31 snaps. So they were like kind of split down the middle. But the fact that they got them both involved the way they did really shows that the run game, they looked at it the right way, and they approached it the right way. Torrey Blaylock had 101 yards, and then Xavier Robinson had 58 yards. They both scored a touchdown. Both had explosive runs of 18 and 25, and both averaged 5.3 a carry, which is very, very good, especially in the SEC. And I'm glad they finally stayed with 2 running backs. Listen, these are 2 of the younger guys on the team. I think Xavier Robinson, if he didn't have to play last year, he would have redshirted. So, he's a true sophomore, and Torrey is a true freshman. So the fact that these guys are kind of your 1-2 punch, I love it. And I think they really complement each other well. Torrey's more of like a downhill, fast kind of speed back, and Xavier is a big, kind of patient, bruising running back. And I love kind of the change of pace there. And I was just excited we were finally able to create some stuff in the run game. My last point on this game is these refs in the SEC are literally ridiculous. The calls are so crazy. I think we had like 100 penalty yards in the first half, and they had 0. So I'm just like, there's no way, because I know we're getting held. As good as our defensive line is, there's no way these guys aren't getting held. Not every play, but a good amount of the plays. Got a couple of interceptions. Taylor Wine got a great one on a diagnosed punt return or fake punt. I think Taylor Wine right now is playing some of the best football in the SEC. I mean, he might be one of our better defensive players, and he wasn't even projected to start this year, defensive end. So that dude's a baller, balling out. Kicking game was good as always, made a 55-yarder. Special teams was good outside of one explosive punt return. But, for the most part, we played really well. Got a safety towards the end of the game, little pooch punt from John Mateer, downed it on the 1. So our special teams are important. Get a little safety. So, yeah, all in all, I was super impressed, man. That's how you respond after a loss like that. And, hopefully you can shut up this narrative, because the national media swore we were losing this week. Josh Pate swore October was real, even though he got gronked. So, hey, 26-7, we'll take it. It's hard winning in the SEC, especially on the road. So we'll take it. And I'm excited for this week coming up. But, on to the weekend. The weekend slate. Unless you have anything to say about Oklahoma.
No, the score didn't show how much I was whooped their ass.
Yeah.
Some that's not on here that I want to touch on real quick that could likely happen, which it kind of seems like it's not. But Florida State went to Stanford and lost the game last night, 20-13, I believe. So that is another loss under Norvell. And conference play, that just isn't a great loss against a team like that. It seems like they won't fire him because his buyout is just too much. I think it's like 58 million or 59 million. So I'm unfortunate for Florida State fans. They might have to deal with this the rest of the season. And I don't think that their schedule gets any easier. I mean, you had the easiest game on your schedule right there. So I don't know what more you can ask for with that. But they play Wake Forest at Clemson, Virginia Tech, NC State at Florida. So, yeah, man. 4 losses in a row. Looked like a promising team. Or 3-0. Took Virginia into overtime, which Virginia had a crazy game yesterday and came back and won 22-20. But, yeah, man, those are games you can't lose. And I don't know, man. With a team like Florida State, I feel like they can find the money to get that buyout. But that's all I wanted to say. I don't know if you want to add on to that.
Yeah, man, it's not looking good. They beat Alabama. They've lost literally 4 games in a row since ACC play started. They lost to a team that, early in the year, I went on a whim and said I didn't think Stanford was going to win a game this year. Obviously, they've kind of corrected things and they've improved. But
they lost to a backup quarterback at that.
Yeah. And also too, I was like, can GMs coach this? I was watching the game a little bit. And this man Andrew Luck was
on the sideline, bro.
All on the sideline, talking, doing things with his hand. I was like, I guess they can coach. I don't know, but
I mean, he's probably smarter than the coach. Anyways.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
he's probably one of the smartest
just doesn't want to have the
day.
day-to-day. I mean, I'm sure his job is already crazy as a GM. But yeah, man, it's not looking good. Another coach we're gonna throw in there because this game wasn't on our thing, but it's got to be Hugh Freeze. I mean, dude's allergic to winning. It sucks, I really do feel bad for Auburn because it's not like they're getting blown out. I mean, every game they've lost since.
Literally about to pull up their scores.
Every single game since they've lost.
Oklahoma 24-17, 7 points. A&M 6-10, 6 points. Georgia 20-10, 10 points. And that Georgia game was, I mean, if you watched it, you know. And then Missouri 23-17 overtime.
Yeah, it's it sucks. I feel for them. I do. I feel for them. But at some point, you gotta figure out a way to close some of these out. Especially the Missouri game last night. I thought they had it, and they end up losing in overtime. But the road losses, I'm like, okay, I get it.
But it's like what we always say, though. It's like, all right, the fans probably want the backup quarterback. I can't remember his name right now. What is it?
Deuce Knight.
Deuce Knight, yes. They probably want him in, but it's like, if he's not in at this point, he can't be better than J.A. And that's saying something.
Or not ready, at least.
Or not ready. Which,
same thing. Yeah.
And I don't know how it works in the SEC. You might need a transfer. But maybe converting him to tight end or something, or running back, something where he's able to use his legs.
I'm not mad at it
because that offense just isn't moving the ball and scoring the points when it has the weapons that they have.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, Hugh Freeze, unless he just makes a mid-season decision to save his career and put Deuce Knight in, I feel like, because he can't just keep losing the games like this. But then again, it's like, all right, they lose him, there goes that whole team. And this is actually a really good football team. They just can't score points.
Just can't score points. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate for them, man. I really hope they can figure something out. Like they just I don't know, man. They just They just can't get it done, and it sucks, just because I know like that fan base is very passionate. They care. It's just a tough look. It's not a good look, and that takes me to another coach. The last coach, or well, there's another one which we'll get to because he's actually on the reactions for the games. But this takes me to Billy Napier. Gets it done against Mississippi State in a close win. Wasn't a crazy win by any means, but I mean it's a win nonetheless in the SEC. They beat a really good, for the most part, Mississippi State team at home. But he still got booed off the field after they lost. He still heard fire Billy after he lost. And there was a lot of reports that came out this week that this might be his last game, no matter win or lose, at the University of Florida. Just kind of seems like, the writing's on the wall. People are kind of just ready to see something else in play. You have recruits coming out now saying that whether commitments stick depends on who the coach is. Wanted to take me to another recruit too. Some 5-star that's committed to Auburn currently literally said, we haven't scored 20 points on an SEC opponent all season. He was like, at some point, when does this change? You got recruits saying stuff like this,
Same thing with Florida. They said, depends on who the coach is. I think it was Florida.
So it's like, yeah, it was Florida. It was KJ Ford out of Duncanville, because that was somebody that we were pretty much locked in to get. And I think, allegedly we wasn't a take. We'll see. I don't know how true that is. We'll see what happens. But regardless, it's just tough. It's just tough, man. And the coaching carousel is nuts right now. I mean, there is like really good jobs open. Like there's already really good jobs open. And now.
And Clemson might be another one.
Clemson might be open. Florida State, Florida, potentially LSU.
So that if that happens, that also means Ole Miss, possibly Nebraska.
I don't think Ole Miss fires Lane.
No, he leaves to get a Florida job.
Yeah.
So that means Ole Miss is going to open up.
Yeah. That's another thing. If those jobs open up, Lane Kiffin's leaving. Like he's going to go to either a Florida, maybe a Florida State, maybe an LSU. Because those jobs are great jobs, and he would be very successful there because he's already a good coach, and then he's going to have talent, resources, stuff he doesn't have at Ole Miss. Like Ole Miss is good right now, but going to those places is an upgrade for what he can do and his ability to win a national title. But yeah, we're starting it off going into the weekend with a Florida school again.
Not one. Not two.
Not two.
Not even three.
Not three.
But four.
Oh, yeah. Carl's about to have a field day with this boy.
Four.
Carl's about to have a full. He's about to have a field day.
Hey, man. I was waiting for it to happen, man. I knew that shit. Hey, it was a long time coming. It was bound to happen at some point. Here we are.
He was due.
At home.
He was due.
That's the Carson Beck I know right there. Hey. Y'all try to say Miami was this, Miami was that from the beginning. They were suspect, man. I just could tell that offense just wasn't that good. Lo and behold, they play a decent team. Look what happened.
He was due.
Look what happened. At home. And they weren't just they weren't like contested. One was. Two of them. One was, hey, you threw a fade, give your receiver a chance. All right, cool, whatever.
Two of them were like
Two of them where it was like.
Yeah, two of them were fades. Like, he was taking shots. He barely missed. Guy had maybe a chance, but the DB made a great play.
And then you had one in the middle of the field where I don't even know what you're doing. There's 5 defenders back there. What were you just giving the ball up? Is that what you're doing? And then the last one, you blame your receiver when he didn't do anything wrong. He ran his route, and you just threw a horrible pass. Mm-hmm. But also got bad at the line, so that didn't help, I think.
He had one he threw that got called back, too. It was like a penalty or something, but on the same possession. But then he threw a pick on the same possession, because I saw people on Twitter saying ball don't lie. So
and not even on top of that, he didn't even throw a touchdown in this game.
Really?
I thought didn't he even throw one touchdown in this game.
Wow, he didn't.
Not one.
Wow.
So not only did you throw 4 picks and let your team down, but you couldn't even give them a chance to give them some points. And the only reason they got the points is because what happened? It was a big play that got they fumble. Was it a fumble?
It was.
I think it was a fumble, and they picked it up.
Yeah,
and they
it was a fumble. It was a fumble. It was
And they basically got down to the 10-yard line.
It was when Louisville was trying to run the clock out, and then they got a helmet on the ball. Ball came out, and then they threw that little. They ran a little run play with Malachi Tony, and he got in the end zone.
Yeah, because at that point I forgot what the score was, but they were up by like 10 or something something like that. Yeah, man. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. See, I knew they weren't that. I just knew they weren't that good. Defensively, they're all right. I will say that they're. I'm not going to say they're great, but they're all right. They're good. They can compete. But
defensively,
they definitely
they're a little overrated defensively too, to me.
That's what I say. I don't think they're a team that's gonna be able to like keep you in ball games, but I think they're a team that get you a stop here and there.
Yeah, like y'all's defense to me is better than theirs. I'm not like that's not a shot. I'm just saying like
they were talking about defense Miami. Is great.
Yeah, I know they were talking about Miami being like Oklahoma, Ohio State, Texas level. Because to me, those are the 3 best defenses in the sport right now. Like I don't really think there's another close 4th or 5th. I really don't. Like those.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Those 3 are the best.
I mean, thinking about it, no, not at all.
Yeah,
the only one that comes close is maybe Oregon.
Maybe Oregon, and I mean, I saw Indiana gash them.
Exactly.
Like none of us have been really gashed. Like Florida kind of gashed y'all, but in the sense of like y'all had some injuries. You know, in the secondary, you got because when you got Malik back last week, look what you happened. Did. So. That's what I'm saying. Like at full strength, those 3 are easily the best in the country. But yeah, going into the game, man, let's shout out Jeff Brom. I mean, the dude I think he has 5 top 10 wins now as a coach.
Yeah, I believe
it might be more. I had found the tweet earlier, and that's why I got to save stuff, man. It's so hard throughout the week, man. There's so much going on. It's so hard to keep everything locked in. Let me go find it. Oh, also another stat while I'm finding this, it just came up, so it's relevant to the game. Most outright losses as double-digit favorites since 2022. Kalen DeBoer 5, Mario Cristobal 5, and Hugh Freeze 5.
What was that stat?
Most outright losses as a double-digit favorite since 2022. So all those coaches have 5. The good thing is DeBoer. Hey, we're gonna talk about him.
But I was gonna say Mario Cristobal when we're talking about firings. I don't know.
I don't think he will.
I think he's in a. I don't think they will just because of last season and
even
this season so far.
Yeah.
But I what he's done in the past, he's just. I mean, he got blessed that Cam Ward went there. I'm just gonna say that he got blessed that Cam Ward went there because that defense couldn't stop a nosebleed, and that offense would just go and score points at will. So,
the Louisville's right in the playoff hunt.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not big on Mario Cristobal.
Mm-hmm. Louisville is right in the playoff hunt, but I mean Jeff Brom, right? I found the stat. King of upsets. I mean, he beat number 2 Miami this year. Last year, he beat number 11 Clemson. 2023, he beat Notre Dame, number 10. 2021, he beat Michigan State, number 3. 2021, he beat Iowa, number 2. And then 2018, he beat number 2 Ohio State. And those Big Ten wins, that was when he was at Purdue. So the fact he was doing shit like that at Purdue, now he's at Louisville, his alma mater. Hey, man, it might be hard for him to want to leave Louisville, but I would not be surprised if he's getting calls too when these jobs open up, because look what he's doing right now. I mean, he already been to the ACC championship with Louisville. They lost 2 years ago to Florida State, but still. So yeah, man, just wanted to shout him out. Louisville now, they control their own destiny for the most part. I don't really know who they play. I'm about to pull up their schedule.
Louisville?
Let's see.
I have it right here.
You got it?
Yeah. So next they go at home against Boston College. And then they play at Virginia Tech, at home against Cal, at home against Clemson, at SMU, at home against Kentucky, which the only game, in my opinion, is going to be the SMU game.
Yeah, just because it's a tough place to play, to travel. SMU just beat Clemson this week. They look like they're improved.
Well, they had a backup quarterback in as well, so I will give.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, right now, looking at the ACC, the standings, Georgia Tech is undefeated, 4-0. Virginia's 3-0 in conference. SMU's 3-0 in conference. Pitt's 3-1. Duke's 3-1. Louisville's 2-1, and Cal is 2-1. So all those teams, all right now, are kind of just like in the mix for this. For this conference. So we'll just see how it plays out. But
I don't know, man. Looks like Georgia Tech's running away with it, man. They really impressed me this weekend.
Hey, never wronged us early. You know what I'm saying?
Never wrong. But on to another possible firing. I mean, I would not doubt it. Brian Kelly goes on the road up to Nashville, Tennessee. Take on Diego Pavia and the boys in the old stomping ground. And boy, did they look horrid offensively. They had some good explosive plays, so we'll give them that. But man, that offense right there is just, I don't know, man. I don't know. You just can't have the talent that you have and just consistently look that bad. I mean, okay, I don't want to discredit Vanderbilt because they're a really good team. They really are. Like I said last week, that Bama game, it was a lot closer than what the score showed. So this team can go out and compete. They have. Let me look at their schedule. They have the opportunity. Okay, they could beat Missouri. They come to us. They can beat Auburn. They could beat Kentucky, and then they go to Tennessee, which I think that game's going to be electric, and that'll probably be a shootout. But bro, they have the opportunity to have one loss. And that was to Bama. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're in the SEC championship or in the playoffs. But yeah, LSU, man. I don't know, man. I feel like it's Brian Kelly. It might be his time.
Yeah, man. He just, hey, Jean Buddha Cheese, man. I can't play what he sent me, but y'all can go watch it for yourself. That boy was talking about Jason Sloan being on EBT. That shit had me crying. But
that boy's talking like me. That boy said, "I'm not gonna do it, but I could." Hey, I feel your pain there. I feel your pain.
But yeah, man, LSU, tough loss. The problem is, in the past, you look at it, LSU can't lose to Vandy. That just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. This is not the same Vanderbilt. We all know that. This is a good team. This is a team. I was looking at their schedule. If they go 2-3 against Tennessee, Texas, and Missouri, and they got Missouri at home, they got Tennessee, I think, at home. Or no, they go to Tennessee, Vandy.
Yeah. So the last two.
But if they go 2-3 in those games and beat everyone else, they're going to the playoff.
Their last two road games are at Texas, at Tennessee.
They got to win 2 of the Texas, Missouri, and Tennessee games.
Well, they're going to beat Missouri.
I think so too.
I'm telling you that right now. They're going to beat Missouri.
I think so too. But
is he getting drafted?
Yes. I was actually talking to my dad about this yesterday.
I was like, bro, there's no way he's not getting drafted. He's undersized. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel got drafted.
I was talking to my dad about this yesterday. Yeah. And I think Dylan Gabriel's a better thrower of the football than Pavia, but Pavia is such a gamer. I think he's just going to get a shot. I think he goes in like the 6th, 7th round. He's not going to light it up at the combine. I don't think he's going to be like athletic. A Taysom Hill. Yeah. He's going to get a shot, go in the 6th or 7th round, get on a roster
and compete.
And if he can make it, if he can make it on a roster, he might get an opportunity.
And that's what I was saying last week, man.
Because the thing is, people are like, "Oh, he's not going to play in the NFL." I'm like, bro, he's doing good in the SEC, which is basically like the NFL of college. So I'm like, if he can do well in the SEC when most of the people in the NFL are SEC players, what makes you say that he can't do anything in the NFL? Like, I don't think he's going to be the world beater, but if he gets on a team with a good system, like if he was on like the 49ers or a team like that can, play to his strengths and his personnel and kind of he could do what Brock Purdy's doing. I think he could do that.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying last week. Like, he's must-see TV, but it's like he's not gonna air the ball out on you. He's not gonna rave you with his arm, And
he makes good decisions outside of like with those turnovers against Alabama.
Those are just really. Yeah, I'm trying to do something.
Yeah, and 14 for 22, 160 passing, but on the ground, 17 for 86, 5.1. 2 touchdowns. Like, obviously he doesn't, that's a lot of carries, especially because he's not a big dude, but he's impacting the game, I think he's in the Heisman race.
Absolutely.
Now.
He should be.
He's got to be. He's got to be. He's got to be.
That boy struck that pose, man.
Yeah, he did. Come on now. I wouldn't even be mad if he won it. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be mad. If it's Vandy, bro. Like, if they make the playoffs, bro, he has to win it, because what he's doing is literally never happened there ever. They've never been favored against a ranked team. Like, he's breaking records. Like, Vandy's turn. You know what I'm saying?
If history goes to show, he will, as of now, if history continues after he leaves, he will be the greatest player to go to Vandy.
Absolutely. Even now, I think he already is.
No, I'm saying because we don't know what the future holds. If Clark League stays and he continues that momentum, you just don't know. But they could be the next A&M. Johnny Manziel built A&M.
Yeah.
People watched him and wanted to go there because of him. If he didn't do what he did, I don't think A&M would be as good as they are now. It is crazy too,
because we are older. We're not thinking about kids watching Pavia right now and what he's doing. That goes a long way. Yeah. It really does, because when we were kids, we were not that much younger than Johnny, but the impact he had on us and people that we went to high school with and people that played, football with us, people wanted to go to A&M because of him.
Yeah.
You never heard that.
Yeah.
And the Texas was down, so yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, real quick about LSU. One, their defense, this is a game I kind of just saw coming for a while. I didn't think LSU was really that good. Offensively, they just were never consistent, and I even thought defensively they were a little overrated, and they kind of got exposed in this game on both fronts. They didn't really do that much on offense. They had total, I think, let me see what their total yards were on offense. They had 325 total yards offense, which is, okay. No turnovers. 399 for Vandy, but Nussmeier, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. But for what they have from a talent standpoint, I just feel like there should be no reason for them to not score at will. In the past, Brian Kelly has had some really good offenses, and then they have, all offseason, everyone was talking about how they had the most dynamic wide receiver room in the country. And we haven't seen that come to fruition. And Nussmeier, is he hurt? I think he is hurt. I believe he is, because I've seen him do what he's done. Getting
freaking smacked back there.
Yeah, the O-line is definitely alarming, but we kind of knew that was going to happen after Campbell and some of the other guys left. In the defense, like I said, I think it's ultra aggressive, which caused Vanderbilt. I knew this was going to happen, bro. The way Vandy plays, the play action, run the football, taking, timely shots. They had holes all in that secondary because of how aggressive they are. So, hey, shout out, man. Shout out to Pavia, man. He had me laughing.
Hey, I might have to go cop me a Pavia jersey. Come on now.
Nah, for real. He had me laughing. They had him on College Game Day, and he was doing his little interview and throwing the football, and he was like, Nick Saban came on, and he was like, hey, he's like, Nick Saban, I'm glad to finally meet you. Didn't get to see you at Alabama, or I was trying to look for you or whatever. He always said that after everything. And then they were like, Fabio, could you go try to hit the goalpost? He tries to throw and hit the goalpost and barely misses. It's like, fuck, on national TV. I was just like, this dude here is funny.
All right, man. He's that's him.
I love it, bro. Like you people can hate on him, people can think he's corny, but listen, I love it. I love the confidence. I mean, that's the only reason Vanderbilt's winning like that is because of that confidence. And hey, he said it. Why can't we win a national title? Why can't we make the playoffs? Right now, they look like they can do that. I don't know if they could win a natty, but I think they can make the playoffs. I do.
I mean, looking at their schedule, yeah. I don't.
Especially with how Texas is looking right now. Tennessee looks beatable. Missouri. I'm just saying.
Where the guy? They
played y'all tough last year. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
What are the chances? We'll see. Nah, let's get off camera.
I think we might have to go. We might have to go to that game too.
I was gonna ask what are the chances you can get 3 extra tickets, like not including yours.
Not sure. Okay. But I'll let you know.
At least one. I want to go. But that was the game I wanted to go.
I can for sure get probably 2. Because Kyle will probably want to go to that one too. So I can probably get 2 or 3 for sure.
Okay.
And then I know Justin's gonna go too. So we'll talk.
Who?
Jay Reed's gonna go too.
Oh, he's okay.
So we'll talk.
But yeah, on to the next, man. Hey, I'll let you talk about this one because you've been high on these boys, man. You're high on both teams actually, so I'm interested to see your thoughts here. But Georgia Tech at Duke, man, great game.
Yeah, man, good game. Georgia Tech. Hey, Brent Key, whatever he said to that team, because we know he was talking crazy about his team. He was like, "We're not good. We're not."
That boy said we can only run 2 plays.
Hey man, they're really good. They're going to be top 10 when these polls come out in approximately 45 minutes. Like they are, they're something to be reckoned with, and I'm super happy for them. I think it's good for college football for a team that's based in the Atlanta area to be good. And hey, last year we saw it. Georgia and Georgia Tech played. That could be a very dangerous game for Georgia, especially if they're not playing for an SEC title. They might need that one as a buffer for a resume builder because it's like they beat Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech either wins the ACC or plays an ACC title. Be like, we just beat the ACC champion, Yeah, man, they're good, and I'm super.
They're looking like the front runner.
They're looking like the front runner. I mean, Florida State fell off a cliff. They're done.
I think they beat Miami.
Miami just got shot. They're leaking. Virginia is. Sneaky, but because they don't play anybody, but they did beat Louisville, who just beat Miami. So, and they beat Florida State, so that obviously counts for something.
But they should have lost to who they just
Washington
played.
State almost beat them.
Washington State.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I know. Washington. The defense for Virginia just clutched up. Honestly, Washington State had them where they wanted. They were down 10 in the fourth quarter, and they just couldn't do anything offensively, and they couldn't milk the clock essentially. And then they tied the game 20-20. Then there was like a minute left or something like that, and they get a safety, and that's how they won the game.
Yeah. So
Virginia might be one of those teams where, like, yes, they're at where they're at right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if they lost like another 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, man. I'm happy for Georgia Tech. I'm happy for Brent Key. I'm happy for Haynes King. I hope they keep it going. They got anybody coming up on the schedule that could knock them off?
I don't think so. Like the Georgia game, but that's not gonna knock them off.
But yeah, that won't matter really as long as they can get to the ACC championship.
And I'm just gonna look at Virginia's schedule real quick, and maybe SMU's because those are the 2 like other undefeated teams. Virginia go to North Carolina. They go to Cal. That could be interesting.
Cal is decent.
Then they go to
They're scrappy.
Duke.
Yeah.
So that Duke game and that Cal game could be interesting. Then they close the game with Virginia Tech, obviously. Close the year. And then SMU, on the other hand, they go to Wake Forest this week, which they should win. Then they play Miami at home. Then they play Louisville, and then at Cal. So I think they I wouldn't be surprised if they beat Georgia.
I wouldn't either. I mean, they almost beat them last year, and they got them at home this year.
Yeah.
You know, so and Georgia's defense is very suspect right now. They don't got the same.
So you're saying we got a chance?
Y'all had a chance at the offense to show up, but the problem is they ain't showed up, and Kirby has Sark's number regardless, and y'all haven't been a good road team recently.
And they cheat.
And they cheat, allegedly.
Ain't no allegedly. We saw it live on TV. He called
you see. We'll get to it. We will get to it. But on to Washington, Michigan. Man, This was a great win for Michigan. Bounce back win. Jerome Moore put that blue collar coat on, and they got to work. Bryce Young
for them boys, man.
Not Bryce Young. Bryce Underwood. Carlos texted me during the game. It was saying he is really good. He's playing a lot better than people really realize, and he is
the best young talent in college football right now. He is better
you can
than
see
DJ,
why they paid
he's better
$10
than
million.
Arch. That boy is good.
Yes,
he's
very good.
He's keeping this team afloat with nothing. I mean, with the exception of the running back, but still. I mean, he makes great reads. He hasn't thrown for a lot of touchdowns, but like I said, they don't have the personnel to do that just yet. Mm-hmm. But I think with the way that people are seeing him play, there's probably going to be receivers, bro. Him and Cam Coleman. Him and Cam Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
That might be nice. I can see it.
They got to better open up that checkbook.
I can see him going.
Go get him. Shoot, them Florida receivers might be available if Billy gets fired. Them Dallas Wilson and Eugene, they might be available.
True.
You know?
True. Hey, but the defense proved me wrong. They stopped them boys. I mean, I felt like a key part of the game was back-to-back turnovers for Washington. They threw 2 picks. One was a pick 6 or something. I think one was a pick 6, and then they came out, and then like 2 plays later they threw another pick. So I think that was like a big part of the game. It sucks because we were very high on Washington, and you know, we thought that they're a playoff team and team that could compete. But then again, you know, going into the season, I thought Michigan was a playoff team too, just because they didn't have an offense last year, and this year that they have a way more competent one than they did last year. And they still have playoffs right in front of them as well. Because they only lost to – what did they lose to? They lost to y'all.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Because they beat Nebraska at home. I mean, on the road.
Us and USC.
On USC, that's the other one. I was like, they have 2 wins.
Yeah.
USC. They lost at USC.
But I looked at their schedule earlier today, and I was like, they should be 10-2 going into or 9-2 going into the Ohio State game. And we know how good Ohio State is this year, but they have a Michigan problem. They do. So
if they beat Ohio State, they're in.
Yeah, they're in for sure. For sure. And I would love that. They need to keep winning to help us out. That's all I was like, yes. I was like, oh, they lost to USC. But I was like, please. I kind of want Washington to win, but I was like, it would help us if they won because Michigan will probably be ranked again this week.
So you're cheering for us too, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. But also at the same time, we're kind of competing in a way for the playoff spots. So I'm like, Kentucky could have just got y'all.
But if we keep losing, and that don't look good for y'all.
That's fine. We got the schedule.
When y'all lose this week in the Ole Miss, let me get a sip real quick.
I'll tell you right now. Yeah, we match up well. Just know, man. Just know. Hey, look at Vegas, man.
We'll see.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll see.
Open up at 4.5 right now. So,
but yeah, man, super big for Michigan. I'm happy for them, man. Happy for Jerome Moore. I think they're gonna have a lot of positive things coming out of that program. I know last week you said something about if he loses here, how's that gonna look? But
yeah,
I mean, he's showing what he can do with not much back-to-back seasons, really. Comes in as a coach who they just won a national championship and they lose pretty much everybody on the team. And he has 8 wins last season with an offense that can just run the ball. And he's coming in this season with offense that doesn't really have much potential on the outside, and you get a running back in the portal, and then you have a true freshman quarterback who's dynamic and electric on the field, and they're winning these games
Yeah.
that not many people probably thought that they would.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
Shout out to them, man.
Shout out to them.
Next on the slate, we already talked about y'all.
Tech
upset, man. Was not expecting this one.
This game was crazy.
Tech at Arizona State, man. Wow. That's I just wasn't expecting that.
Sam Levin is a massive difference.
I still was not expecting that.
I'm not gonna lie. As much as we were talking about Will Hammond, I think they win this game with Morton.
Probably
because Hammond turned the ball over. He threw a pick.
Yeah,
he had 3 total touchdowns, so it's not like he played bad. But Texas their defense got a little bit exposed this week.
Tech. You said Texas.
Yeah, Tech. No, Tech. My bad. Sorry, Tech. They had 4 sacks, 10 TFLs. So the run defense was good, which we talked about that D line.
But still, the 4 secondary sacks is a lot.
Yeah, it's the secondary. Levitt threw for 320.
Yeah.
That right there is, it's hard to win when you're giving up 300 passing yards, and then when they ran for 75, So,
2 receivers for 100.
Hey, Jordan Tyson.
That was
dog, certified dog.
Wide receiver 3 on the Cowboys.
This dude always want a damn one these people get drafted. Jerry ain't drafting them. Y'all finna get another guard or something.
That's fine. We need that too.
Y'all do. I feel like y'all need
defense and linemen.
Y'all need some DBs.
You finna suit up? 10-day contract.
Man, hey, listen. If I put that star on my helmet one time, I'd be set for life.
Absolutely.
I might just have to jump a slant route. Just take a chance. Just take a chance. You get a pick.
Who cares if you pull a hammy?
I got a pick for the Cowboys. Like, I'll be good.
Who cares if you pull a hammy? Hey.
I'll be good. But yeah, man.
I just was not expecting this, man. I really wasn't. It's now the Big 12 is literally wide open. Like, it really is. I'm gonna say. Hold on.
Cincinnati, bro.
I was literally about to say that. I was about to say that. I'm going to say BYU falls off. I know they won this weekend. I know that we did not pick them, but they have a gauntlet coming up. And then Cincinnati, which a lot of people were down on, and I feel like they really should have beat Nebraska.
They got a tough schedule coming up too.
But they have a tough schedule coming up too. They go to Utah.
They go to Baylor. They have Baylor at home.
Yeah, and then they go to TCU. So at Utah and at TCU, that's very tough.
And they still got BYU.
And they still have BYU.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Arizona State's 3-1. They look, not promising when they lost to Mississippi State, but can he turn it around? Won to Baylor, won that game. Versus TCU, won that game. Like, those are two teams that are going to score the ball on you, and he held them to 24 points each. It was actually the same exact score, 27-24. Mm-hmm. Then you go to Utah, and you get the brakes beat off you. And that's when you're like, okay, yes, this was the Arizona State team I was expecting. And then you got big bad Tech coming into town, and you're like, bro, it's going to be a slaughtering. Like, Tech looks insane. And then you beat them 26-22. But now you got Houston, who also doesn't look that bad. They're 3-1.
They're 6-1 as well.
They're 3-1. They're 5-2. 6-1. And then you go to Iowa State, which was people were talking about them winning the Big 12. And then the schedule was kind of easier. So I could see Arizona State back up in this mix. If they take care of these next 2 games, play West Virginia, go to Colorado, which the Colorado game could be sneaky, and then finish with Arizona. But they have 2 road games.
They really got to get through these next 2, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it'll be tough to play at Colorado, but
and then Tech, I think the rest of the games are pretty much at home. Arizona.
Yeah,
I mean, Oklahoma
Tech
State you
should
should
win
win.
out.
Kansas State should win versus BYU. That's going to be the big one. That kind of feel like will determine the Big 12 championship. Little
One of the games,
yeah,
one of the guys that people
one of
that
the
make it. Yeah.
eliminators, and then Central Florida and that West Virginia, like they should have no problem winning out.
Yeah.
But it sucks. Same thing with Miami. Like you kind of have to have like Miami for you to get multiple spots. Miami would have had to have gone undefeated.
Yep.
Texas Tech would have had to have gone undefeated for you to get multiple spots. Now I think there's probably only one team from each conference that's making it within the ACC and Big 12.
Yeah, it's going to be open. I hope Iowa State can knock off BYU next week. That's my early upset of the week. I'm like, please, I need it, bro. They're not good, bro. They're not good. And they make the playoffs, they will get blown out. I'm telling you, they will get blown out. But
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the Big 12 and what it looks like. I mean, Cincinnati they lost the first game of the year, but Nebraska, that was a bad loss. A horrible loss. Nebraska got beat by 28 or not 28, 18.
Yeah.
On the road.
Yeah.
Not good. Yeah, man, it's looking dicey over there. It really is. In the Big 12. Going on to the next game. Let me go get some water real quick. You can continue to talk though. Tennessee, Alabama.
I mean, this game was really competitive and still, I mean, kind of. I mean, it was what 16-7 before half or something like that. Right before half, and then they scored a pick six. But you score that right there, that's 14-16. You're right in this game. Instead, they go up, and then now you're fighting back, right? And it's like if you don't have that explosive run coming out of the third quarter, you don't know where you're at. So, all in all, Bama really controlled this game, really. And it was kind of like I've been saying, like this team's just getting better and better and better. They really are. Was there a turnover in this game? Yeah, he threw a pick.
Ty?
No, Joey Aguilar.
No, we knew that was coming.
Yeah. So, like in a game like this on the road, like you just have to keep those to a minimum. You really do.
Jeremy Bernard had 4 carries in this game. The receiver.
Yeah.
For 50 yards, which is kind of wild.
Yeah.
But I love the coaching because
now you don't know. You don't know what to expect.
You also knew Jam Miller was kind of banged up. I mean, he still got 12 carries, but he's only averaging 1.3 on the ground, and the other back was averaging 4.9. But it looks like they got their run plays from the receivers. Like Brian Williams had a carry for 16 yards, and then Bernard at 50 rushing yards. So they still found ways to run the ball even without their running backs, which just shows the adjustments that DeBoer can make as a coach. Because now you got that in the mix. You probably don't want those guys getting the touches like that. We saw it happen to CD. Hopefully he balls out today, but you don't want your receivers carrying the ball like that. But Ryan Williams had a bounce back game too. I mean, he had 5 catches, 87 yards, after being kind of quiet. Last week was the game against Missouri was the first game he didn't have a catch in his career in a game. So, he's back. Like I've been saying about Tennessee's defense, man, they just get lit up. They do. But the crazy thing is Tennessee had more total yards than Alabama in this game. So
yeah, they kind of beat them on almost every category, but it's time of possession, really.
Yeah, looks like Alabama was just more efficient when it came.
Yeah,
Tennessee went for it on 4th down 4 times or 5 times. They
had to.
So, but yeah, man, it's a tough loss for Heupel. It doesn't get any easier for Tennessee, I don't think.
I was gonna say I don't know how long you. I know this is.
Well, they got us in.
Well, I know this is like. I don't even think it's a crazy take, but I just don't know how long you keep him. Like, yes, he's doing what he's doing, but like,
I mean, they made the playoffs. But they've been the best they've been though.
I understand that, but that's like, I feel like majority of Tennessee fans will agree. They might not, But I feel like that's his ceiling. Like he's already reached his ceiling. I don't think he's the coach that can get you that national title.
Yeah,
But
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
as
you
long as
built
you
up
can get in the
Tennessee.
playoffs.
But I feel like you built up Tennessee to this thing to where like the next coach you get probably will get you to a playoff because you're already bringing in the recruits. You're showing the atmosphere that can have. You're showing like how much the fans back you, the school backs you, and it's fun atmosphere. So I feel like he could just be the stepping stone, so to say.
The problem is if they would have just beat Georgia, it'd be a lot different. They missed that field goal.
But
They
they
lose
didn't,
that
and
game.
that's what happens year in and year
Yeah.
out, though.
They lose that game. They lose Alabama. They play Kentucky at Kentucky. We just saw what they did to Texas, so that's scary. They play us at home, and then they got to go to Florida, which they have problems with Florida, and they play Vandy at home. So it's like they can end up losing 2 more games easily and go 8-4, and then it's like, damn.
And that's what I'm saying. And then going into the season, before the season, you probably like, oh man, we lost Nico. We're going to regress on offense. But you actually went forward on offense. Sure, you regressed a little on the defensive side, but you went forward on offense, and it's keeping you in these games. But like, you still can't win.
Mm-hmm. And they've been missing their corners. That's a big thing. So, yeah, it's just tough for them. But let's talk about Kalen DeBoer real quick. I mean, people want him fired, man. People were talking crazy.
When BV gets fired, you know when DeBoer?
He ain't leaving Alabama.
He ain't leaving. No, he's not.
But
him, Kirby, and I think was it Dan Lanning are locked up?
And Ryan Day, unless he goes to the NFL.
Oh, I could see him go to the NFL though.
Yeah, I can't. Especially if they win this year.
I can see him go to the NFL. But those three they're locked up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he what he's been doing, I mean, he's beating everybody at the top of the sport right now. As coaches. I mean, he's taking care of business. The stretch they just had, they've just beat 4 ranked teams in a row. Georgia, Missouri, Vandy, now Tennessee. They beat 4 ranked teams in a row. I think they should be in the top 4. The reason they won't be top 3 is because they have a loss. But
and unfortunately, who
they actually might be top 3.
I think they're top. In my opinion, if I was to rank them, I would give them top 2.
Yeah, because I mean, right now you're gonna have Ohio State and Indiana too, probably.
And then, I'm going. I mean, yes.
And then Bama should be 3.
I know what Indiana has done, but I'm going to give the edge to Alabama.
The resume
head
is
to
crazy.
head, I'm saying Alabama's going to beat Indiana.
And their resume. I mean, they got 4 ranked wins in a row. They lost to Florida State, which sucks for them because Florida State's fallen off a cliff. So, but it's also week 1, so that I feel like it kind of evens out.
And they have, which we'll see where LSU's ranked at this point. They could, if they win this weekend, they're going to be right back ranked. So they'll have LSU, and then I have Oklahoma, another 2 ranked teams.
Yeah.
And one of them is probably going to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
If they beat y'all, it'll be a top 10 win.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to, right?
Yeah. They're good, man. They're really good. They're the team. Josh Pate picked them to win the Natty. And a lot of people are like, what? But, hey.
They're showing why.
They're showing why. I mean, I think they play Ohio State tough if they played them. So, I think it'd be a good game. But, yeah, man, Alabama, DeBoer, got to give him his flowers. I mean, they're clicking right now, and he is a good coach, and he's showing why he was the right hire as of now, to replace Saban. So on to the next game, USC Notre Dame. Lincoln Riley, when I want you to do something,
you was hate watching twice.
You can't
watch on both teams.
You can't get it done, bro. I just want Notre Dame to get out of there because now they're going to make the playoff. And they lost to Miami, lost to A&M, and like A&M could lose a couple games. And I'm just like, bro, Miami is gonna, with this new format, they're gonna make the playoff every year 10-2. And it's like, damn, man, I thought USC could get it done. They don't get it done. Obviously, want to give a shout out to Marcus Freeman because he is a good coach. He makes adjustments, but they couldn't get it done. But
it's So why couldn't they get it done?
Their defense. They let Notre Dame ran for 306 yards. Jeremiah Love, who is easily the running back one in this draft to me, had 228 rushing yards and also 37 receiving yards, 250 all-purpose yards. Then you had the backup running back, shout out AP Sports Agency, that's one of their clients, 87 rushing yards. So I'm like, we talked about it, backfields. It was Penn State, Notre Dame.
100 purpose yards. 100 all.
It was Notre Dame and Penn State who were going to have the two best backfields coming back, and Notre Dame looks like they have that easily.
Front runner.
And CJ Carr had a regressing game. He had a touchdown on the ground. He had one touchdown through the air, through a pick. But going over to USC's offense, I mean, Maeva, he threw a garbage time interception trying to make something happen. He threw a pick or another one as well. But he threw for 330. They actually ran the ball okay. King Miller 70 yards, other running back 22. And then they still finished under 100. Receivers did well, but it's crazy that USC got gashed like that because they stopped Michigan last week. So I thought they'd actually have improved. But it just shows they don't have the consistency yet to be able to play good defense and win a natty with the good defense. And their offense, unfortunately, this loss for USC isn't the worst thing for them because it was out of conference. But that when you lose to Illinois and then you lose this game, there's really no margin for error for USC now in the Big Ten. And then we're pulling up their schedule. Their schedule is interesting because Nebraska just lost, but they go there, and Nebraska's going to be, back against the wall. Northwestern, who is like, they're not good, but they're sneakily out. I mean, they just shut out Purdue. I think they're 5-2 now, Northwestern, so they're not bad. Go to Iowa, or they got Iowa at home. Iowa's still tough. I mean, Iowa looks good. They're like 5-2 as well. Then they go to Oregon, which will be a tough game, and then they got UCLA, and UCLA is 3-1 in conference. So
yeah,
I think USC has to win out. And because I don't think a 9-3 USC is getting in the playoff, so I think they got to win out. I think they got to beat Oregon, and obviously everyone else. So Oregon win will be huge for their resume because Oregon should be by the time they play. I don't think Oregon will lose another game. I'm gonna pull up their schedule as well. Oregon, they got. Yeah, Oregon's last tough game. Well, they go to Iowa, so that'd be, interesting. But then they got USC at home, and then they go to Washington. And they got, so they should, by the time USC and Oregon play, Oregon should still be ranked in the top 5. So, yeah, I think USC has to win out. If they want to make the playoff. I don't think that 9-3 USC is getting in over an SEC team that's 9-3. So,
nope. Last but not least, I really didn't watch this one. I think we all know why. I was out there stressing out, pulling my hair, and everything under the moon. But the Holy War, Utah at BYU. Did you watch this game?
I don't watch too much of it because there's so much on.
I will say I was not.
I had it on, but I wasn't. I was just kind of peeping.
I was not expecting this at all. I mean, back-to-back years. BYU's no. Who won last year?
BYU.
Yeah, back-to-back years. BYU.
Bro, this is tough because I'm looking at the stats, and I mean, Utah played really well on offense. They threw for 244, ran for 226. Utah. BYU threw for 166, ran for 202. So they're pretty even. So it probably had to come down to turnovers, like both quarterbacks, or the other quarterback didn't throw a pick for BYU. Dampier threw a pick, and they ended up losing by 3. That's probably why they lost the game. But like I've been saying, everybody was talking about BYU's defense. I'm telling you, every week these games are closer and closer and closer. I just don't think it's elite and it's going to hold up because they don't do anything special schematically. It's all very basic defense. And it's like teams are going to figure you out, and I don't think they have the personnel to win like that. Because, like, for example, I use Texas as an example. Y'all don't run like a ton of exotic stuff all the time. Sometimes, but a lot of times y'all just beat people straight up. But y'all have the talent to do that. BYU does not have the talent to do that. So yeah, man, this is tough. I wanted Utah to get it done. Now they're
hate watching, man.
Their playoff chances are in jeopardy. They got to be perfect, and they need some help.
Yeah, 2 losses to the Big 12 already. We already know what 1 loss does to you. So 2.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough one, man. And BYU, again, undefeated, 7-0, 4-0 in conference. Same thing as last year, and it's going to happen yet again.
But on to the last game, which was played earlier on the slate. We got Ole Miss going on the road to Georgia, and my goodness.
This game was fun. This was a very fun game to watch.
Points, people were scoring.
And then obviously I didn't know who I wanted to win. Like, obviously I wanted Ole Miss to win.
But you just hate Kirby.
Yeah, absolutely. But I was like, man, but we played them, and I want them to win. So, like, if we beat them, it'll look good.
Yeah.
That's all I was like, dude, who do I want to win? And then I always say it, man, week in and week out. If you're not up big at halftime on Georgia, you're not going to win the game. You're not. And then what happened?
Adjustments were made.
They scored 21 points in the first half. They hold them to 14 points in the second half. They scored 0 points in the fourth quarter.
Yep. Georgia scored 17 in the fourth quarter. It's crazy because Mississippi or Ole Miss had the.
No, it's really I can't.
It came down
really
to the fourth quarter
because the first play of the second half, they just threw a curl route and the homie just took it to the crib.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they got 7 points in the second half. One of their 7 points.
Ole Miss had a 2-possession lead going in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
it was 35-26.
Yeah,
and then Georgia scores 17 in the fourth quarter, knocks it off. And for me, I think the way Ole Miss, what happened was Ole Miss ran the ball not that well. They had 88 total rushing yards. Georgia had 221 yards on the ground. And then Gunnar Stockton has been balling out. I mean, he was 26 for 35, 289, 4 touchdowns. He's playing great surgical football. And when you pair that with a very balanced running game, I mean, Georgia had 2 backs. One went for 72. One had 61. Gunnar Stockton added 59 on the ground. When you get 2 backs running well and then the QB running well as well, I mean, Georgia with the balanced offensive attack, they look dangerous. And the fact that their running game is actually good this year, they can lean on a team. And that's what happened in the fourth quarter when they were able to put the game away. And for Ole Miss, I kind of said their defense is very suspect. We knew Georgia's was suspect, but the problem is it's still Georgia. They still have Kirby Smart. They still can make adjustments on defense. And now that their offense is pretty good. Like it's I'm not going to say
we thought their offense wasn't that good going into Tennessee.
Yeah, but their offense is
they're showing that that offense can compete.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I have faith in Georgia. I don't think they have a championship level defense, but I know that they have championship level pedigree in the coaches. And when you pair that with their offense kind of elevating and helping out that struggling defense, that makes Georgia a super threat in the conference. And then Ole Miss, it's going to get tough for them because we saw that LSU game. We were like, are we too sure? We're not too sure on Ole Miss. Are they overrated? Was that win really as good as it seems? Now Ole Miss, they go to Oklahoma. Then they're going to come back and play South Carolina. And then they play Florida, and then they go to Mississippi State, who, it'll be a rivalry game. So it's like, if they lose next week, if Ole Miss loses next week, they have 2 losses. They could still get in, I think, if they win out, if they lose to us and then they win the rest of their games. But
Which they should.
Ole Miss should be a 9-3, 10-2 team. But
they should be 10-2 for sure, in my opinion. I do want to shout out. I know they lost, but shout out Trinidad, man. I mean, again, another massive game. 300 all-purpose yards.
Mm-hmm.
So
He had 3 total touchdowns.
I mean, hey man, he took a shot himself, and things fell his way, and he got himself drafted. He got himself, paid, and his future set up. I mean, I guarantee you, last year he was not thinking that.
No, and that's the thing they were saying in the game. They were like, "Yeah, he played D2 football, but people just don't realize how much playing football and the experience really matters." I mean, he had. What did he do? He won a national championship.
Breaking news: Billy Napier has been fired at Florida.
Breaking news on the pod.
Billy Napier has been fired at Florida.
Lane Kiffin getting a call today. Need him to be distracted going into Norman. All right. Well, watch the decommits start flying out, and that might not be the first. But before Sunday's over, we might have a couple more. So I'm gonna just say that.
So just frustrating that we lost to them, man. Oh my god, it's just so.
Yeah. Woo, that's gonna be interesting. I'm curious to see if Lagway stays. Wow.
Lagway finna go to Georgia.
Yeah, probably. That's what they'd be doing. I would not be surprised.
Oh man, but hey man, this was a fun one. It was a loaded episode. We told y'all it would be, and I don't know what's gonna happen just within this season and this coaching, and this is why we love college football. This is what makes college football great. Obviously, it sucks. People have to get fired. It's their job, their livelihood, and whatnot. But, unfortunately, that's the name of the game. That's the business they're in. But this is what makes it great. This is what makes it, like we're saying, I wonder who's decommitting. I wonder who's going to flip. I wonder who's hitting the transfer portal. It's like, bro, there's just so many, variables to this thing. And it's just, it's great. It's amazing. It's fun. And there's more to come. Billy, he's fired. So if he's getting fired, I don't see how Mike Norvell stays, how he's not fired.
Yeah.
So I love it, man.
Yeah, man. Wow. Wow. I can't believe it. I can't believe they actually pulled the trigger, but hey, I knew it was coming. We'll see who else gets the buyout talks. LSU fans are calling for Brian Kelly as well. So, whoo.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be insane. But yeah, man, super excited as well. Glad to get a win. For both of us. Some of us were stressing, some of us weren't. But
it's high stress.
But we'll be back. NFL streams this week as always, and we're gonna be doing 54 yards pod during the week and chips and slips as always. So I actually need to go through my picks and see what missed and didn't.
I was looking at some of mine.
I went through on my first day, but I need to go look through the rest.
Well, Malachi Tony hit. I think Damian Ramos hit. And I hit Javier Rushard's hit. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the Duke one hit. But I picked them to cover and win, and they didn't do that. I'm checking right now. He for sure hit by a long shot. He had 172 yards. So he hit. Jonah Coleman, longest reception over 11. I don't know if that hit. I don't know how to check that. Well, I guess wait.
Yeah, you can. It'll say longest.
Long, yeah. That wasn't a ranked game. I'm hey, so far so good. I'm 1, 2, 3 and 0 right now. Let's go. Box score. Washington receiving. Jonah Coleman, longest 27, so that hit. How many Mateer have?
Mateer did not hit on any yards or even the touchdowns. Nah. We just pulled the trigger. We're saving them for this 300-yard performance against the Ole Miss.
So Mateer didn't hit, so I'm out on that one. Dickey, I don't think hit at all.
Nah.
And then
It was Russian receiving for Dickey, right?
yeah,
He
and
had
then the tight end for Tennessee did not hit. He had 3 for 18. I had him at 25.5. So I just
damn.
started off the morning great in the afternoon. Lemon and Price both hit,
Mm-hmm.
I think. Or was it
Yeah.
Jacoby Lane?
No, Lemon didn't hit.
Who was the one that went off? Jacoby Lane or
Lane went off.
Lane?
Mackay had 60 or 70 yards.
Well,
No
Price
touchdown.
hit, and Bear under hit,
Mm-hmm.
and Kobe Young, he went out that was probably a reboot. But he had one catch that was probably half of it.
Mm-hmm.
One catch for 36 yards. He needed 44.5. So that probably got rebooted, but he would have hit. So I mean, I didn't do great, but I didn't do horrible.
Mm-hmm. Well, shoot. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on the socials for the clips, and we'll see you guys for the next episode. As always,
welcome.
Boomer.